Hey, it's Ian Altman. One of the most common questions I get from people in any sort of sales role is, how do I get past the gatekeeper? How do I sneak past the gatekeeper? And let me tell you something, the gatekeeper can be your greatest asset in an organization. In fact, they often wield way more power than you could ever imagine. So instead of thinking of the gatekeeper as an enemy, think of them as somebody who is an ally. And guess what? Most people in that role, their primary job is to help other people. So if you approach them from a standpoint of them helping you, you'll probably get a more receptive audience. See, their primary job when they see you coming is to protect their boss's time from somebody who could be a waste of time. So next time you're thinking about those gatekeepers, I want you to think of two primary things. The first thing is I want you to build a list of the most common problems that you help their boss solve. So what are the most common problems that someone in their position is likely facing that you're good at solving? Then, when you contact that gatekeeper, and we'll call the gatekeeper Pat in this case, when you contact Pat, you start with something like this. You say, Pat, hey, I'm wondering if you can help me. And Pat immediately feels empowered because guess what? You don't have to make them feel empowered. They already have a ton of power. And now Pat is receptive. And they'll usually say, yeah, what are you looking for? Say, well, when I work with organizations and I work with people specifically in your boss's role, they're usually facing one of these two or three problems. And if they are facing those problems, they find that what we have is incredibly valuable. And if they're not having any of those problems, then it's not a good use of their time or my time to have a conversation. And I know that your job is to protect their time, and I don't want to waste their time if what we have isn't of value. So based on what I've told you, does this sound like something that might be worth a conversation? And if so, we could probably start with a quick 5-minute conversation. And are you comfortable helping me set that up, provided that I stick to that time? So now what we've just done is we've just told this assistant that we respect their role, we respect their boss's time, and most importantly, we respect their individual opinion about whether or not this would be useful. And when you do something like that, you're dramatically more likely to get that introduction and for them to carve out time on that person's calendar. I will tell you that in my prior business, this is a technique that we use very often and became great friends with the executive assistants to some very senior people in a variety of different industries. And they would often comment how much they appreciated that we respected their position as well as we respected their boss's time. If you have any other questions, just drop me a note to ian@ianaltman.com.